What up, production? We're out here in Buckeye. I'm doing the intro in the equipment room because I don't hold a camera, talk to it, look at it in front of people. Unlike Jared, Jared's a professional now. He has no fear. A little bit of fear. But we're out here in Buckeye today. We'll be in Goodyear this week, going through all things audio, our mix rack, soundboard, how we get sound out, all those little things. You can't get the camera to work?
Mm-mm. See that? See that?
Dude, that's crazy. Guys, don't worry. John did not get in a fight. John had a little accident in his garage. So hopefully he's okay. He's got a black eye and a messed up thumb. So we'll pray for him. We're starting here at the Buckeye mix rack with the Furman up top. And we got this signal processor, which I tried to trace down to see if it's doing something. It is getting signal. However, I don't know if it's outputting. We got our Phoenix Pro antenna distribution system. It just takes the A and B antenna out from the ULXD4Qs and combines them. Then we got the Sennheiser EW300 IEM G3. We're running 3 stereo transmitters, but running them as mono just gives us more mixes for less transmitters, which is great. And we got the Allen Heath CDM48 here. This is a compact. The only difference between those two is there's less DX ports and then only 1 IO port slot. And then we're going down, we got the Allen Heath MEU. This is essentially the network switch for all the ME1s that are on stage for our band. But it's specialized. There's a little input port and the mix rack has a little ME port right there. So works great. It changes the names when we change the names on the soundboard. We love it. And then we got this patch panel here at the bottom. Just got our MD, some other channels that we used to use. They're kind of just used as necessary, but we got bass in there, EG, we got keys, MD, all that set up. And here we have a little ATEM left-right output that goes into the video rack for an ATEM left-right input so that our hyperdeck and our switcher can get a mix from the soundboard for the recording. But yeah, this is our Buckeye mix rack. It's simple, but it's a lot. We're going mix rack, outputs to our speakers. We got the network cable, which goes under the ground, under conduit to our front of house to the surface. We got the stuff to monitor the sound level, the dB. I will show you all these cables. The way we kind of get all of our SDI signal and all of that to front of house, we'll just follow back here. We got this nice loom you'll kind of see held together with that red tape. Goes all the way through here and it goes into this conduit. Very nice conduit that goes to different places throughout the room. So those cables that you kind of saw earlier are coming from the ground. Some pockets up there. They run up the middle so that we can have all of our cables. And the school is very generous. They allow us to leave a lot of things here. Actually, everything gets left here. And we have all these fly bars with our lights and stuff on it, even though this is an audio video. We got lots of cool stuff. Here is the back of the rack in case you were wondering what that looked like. But these antennas do get stored. They get unplugged, the cables get stored in there. We also have an antenna here for our in-ear monitors. So it has its own antenna combiner in there. You can kind of see some of it. That top left right there. For our in-ears, got our Phoenix Pro, ULXDs. But this thing is amazing. It's a trooper, even though it gets dropped. All right, welcome to front of house. We have the same board here as we do in Goodyear. Fun fact, Buckeye actually had it first. This is a D-Live C3500. Lots of layers. I could probably talk all day about this soundboard, but it does everything that we need it to. But it's pretty awesome. We try to have it pretty consistent between campuses as far as some of the setup, the layers, that stuff. And we have this software here, which tells us how loud the room is and what kind of frequencies the room is. So there is that microphone setup over there, which lets us see the readings of the entire room so we're not guessing if it's too loud or too quiet or what's actually going on and the actual frequencies of the room. But yep, this is our Buckeye front of house setup. We got lights, port presenter over there. We have our talkback mic here plugged into talkback port, got our iPad for music. Pretty similar, it's a Goodyear. Here is the first set of speakers. On top, we got QSE KW 153s. On the bottom, we have QSE KW 181s. Right here, 2 subs, 2 tops. Same thing on the other side, 2 subs, 2 tops. And then we got this pretty cool mobile setup. It's on wheels, on its own platform. Everything's plugged into a power box, and that all gets power right there. So they get stored behind the stage, they get rolled out. These speakers do cover the entire room quite well. We did have the idea of maybe putting some line arrays up there, but this is what works for us. It sounds good generally throughout the whole room, even though the room elevates. I guess something interesting though is from our mixing position, the subs are a lot stronger because all the way in the back and it's just a wall. So it may feel like a lot of subs to us, but then you walk forward like 10 feet and you lose it. So kind of the pros and cons of having these speakers and where that mixing position is at. All right guys, that's Buckeye. The sound system out here is great. It is a mobile campus. It gets set up and torn down every week, and every week it still doesn't fail. It sounds great. It looks good, even though the rack fell over a few weeks ago. It's still running, it's still working great. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out Goodyear.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're in the office. I'm wearing denim pants.
Yeah, I was a little intrigued by that actually when I came in.
Yeah,
You look good though.
Come with me to check out our new microwave. We got a new microwave. If you guys want an in-depth tour of more of what gear we use to make video shoots happen, drop a comment below, or not literally below me. No. In the comment section. I'd be happy to show you guys all of my lights, all of our cameras. Action.
All right, now I'm gonna explain my quarrel, but I also want you guys to hear me out, okay? As well as you guys, listen. My quarrel, do you know what that means?
I'm not wrong.
AJ said coral in the ocean. Anyways, when you upload a thumbnail to YouTube, it has to be less than 2 megs. When you screenshot something on your MacBook Pro, it makes it bigger than 2 megs automatically. So then I have to reopen that preview or that picture, re-export it again, so it fits. Why can't I can upload 4K videos, but I can't upload a 2 meg picture?
That is kind of funny.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. I was over at the man building, checking out the construction, and then we said, what's up to Steven?
Why is Circle K soda better?
I don't know, it's like why McDonald's Coke and Sprite is just better than like the bottle or the can.
Oh. Well, last time I went to Circle K, every single soda machine was out.
Really, which Circle K was it though?
The one right by our
Really?
church.
I just went there earlier.
We must have had way different experiences.
And it was great. Well, when did you do that? When was it?
It was the beginning of summer, so maybe June something.
Oh.
So I like Diet Dr. Pepper. Get me one that actually tastes good, and maybe I'll change my opinion.
Okay. We are at our Goodyear campus now. I'm here backstage currently, next to our Goodyear. There it is, Goodyear mix rack. We got the stage out here, which will be, I'll be going over all of this. So kind of similar to Buckeye. We try to keep all the gear pretty much the same for the most part, so that when you're going between campuses, it's a great experience, similar experience. As far as my end goes, when you're mixing, doing production stuff, it's all the same. I will be talking a lot about the similarities and differences, and I was kind of looking at the Buckeye footage and realized that I didn't really get everything I wanted, even though I thought I got a lot. I'll be explaining a lot of Buckeye stuff while I'm here, showing you some of the microphones, some of the more in-depth stuff, because we use the same things at Buckeye. And when I filmed the Buckeye stuff, it was on Sunday when I was drumming, and it's only set up on Sunday. So there's no like midweek time like right now where I can really go in depth with some of the gear, some of that stuff. So I still got a lot of great Buckeye footage. So here's our Goodyear mix rack. It is pretty similar to our Buckeye mix rack. It does have wheels, which is nice. However, this thing doesn't really move all too often. It's just we can move it over a little bit to kind of get to the back, which I'll show you some of the wiring. It is as clean as we try to get it to be, but there's a lot of connections coming in and out of this mix rack. So we got our 2 Furmans marked with tape, just so that throughout the week, whoever may be turning it on or turning it off, very easy to see it. And we got our RF venue's got a little thing here. There's Jared, everybody. He's coming by.
We need to have some fun with the YouTube video.
Yeah.
So when I make the videos, there's always an element of surprise.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I'm excited to see what types of elements of surprise you bring to the video.
You'll see.
I don't use these as much anymore, just because I'm scared they're gonna blow up while I'm using it.
Anna let me use her new camera.
Nice.
Sorry, AJ, not allowed to use it. So yeah, excited. I'm gonna go take it over to the office. AJ's gonna see it everywhere.
Oh, what the heck? Are you using it for the Healthy Church conference photos?
No, I'm just giving AJ a hard time.
But really, that's the pure reason. Of course you would.
Just scheming.
Yep, that makes sense.
Anyway, I'm gonna go back over to our office. Hope that you are enjoying this video. Don't forget to like it, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're not subscribed. We have some faithful viewers that watch each week, so we thank you for watching. This week is Zeth's video, so I'm excited to see it and learn about whatever it is that we're learning about. So see you later. I'm gonna go back to the office.
Let's get back to the mix rack because this thing's awesome. We got, again, Furmans, power switches, easy to see. Then we got, I'll just point this out. This has been turned off and on because people think it's one of these, which is why there's tape here now. If you turn this off, this is our antenna distribution unit, I think is what we should call it, out here in Goodyear. So it does the same thing as the ones in Buckeye, the Phoenix Pro, except this is RF venue. We had this one before we had the one in Buckeye, but it essentially takes all of the A and B out of the ULXD 4Qs and puts them on one single diversity fin antenna. Yeah, so we got our Sennheiser EW300 IM G3s. Same as Buckeye, only difference is frequencies. It's the different frequency range, so we can't use the Buckeye packs in Goodyear, Goodyear packs in Buckeye, any combination of that. Can't do it. We got the RF venue distro 4, and then we got our 3 ULXD 4Qs, and here in Goodyear they're running through Dante, so instead of having 4 XLRs coming out into the mix rack per unit, it's just 3 network cables. Here we are at our Allen Heath D-Live DM48. You can kind of see there's just some cables hanging, lots of stuff happening here. This can kind of change as we do stage designs and different things. A lot of these XLRs are our stage pockets, which I'll show you guys. But sometimes we move them to plug other things in that we need to use. We have this 4-channel Ethernet XLR breakout stage box. So it's one Ethernet cable being ran from here to the stage and it converts it back into 4 XLRs. So that's plugged in. Our track snake is plugged in here, all those colors that you see. We got a bunch of outputs here. Our mains are actually not coming out of that, but lots of different places for parent viewing room amps, bathroom and hallway speaker amps, all coming out of there, Spanish translation. Big difference, however, is we do have those extra DX ports, but we're currently not using any DX ports. And then we got 2 GigaAce ports. Our board, the C3500, could only use 1. So there's 2 there. The other cables at front of house just unplugged, ready to go in case we need to do a quick swap, which is cool. And then again, got that ME cable, which is not going into this rack. I'll show you guys where that's going in a second. But really cool thing that we got here is the Dante card, which is outputting 1 port right into our switch, and then our switch is outputting to all the other places. Then we got this AES card. This card is outputting straight to this unit. So that black cable is AES, which is essentially just a DMX cable. So 3-pin DMX, transfer that audio over into this box, converts it to Ethernet, and that Ethernet goes into our amp room, which then goes into our amps. And that's how it gets audio. So if this ever gets unplugged, loses power, something happens, we will not have audio in the room. That's pretty much it for the front of this rack. We got our switch here for our production network, Dante. Lots of things changing back here as we go along, but essentially all of our Dante inputs and outputs, all devices are somehow linked to this. You guys can see those 4 XLR ports for the ULXD4Qs. They're not in use, just those 3 Ethernet ports. So those are giving the 4 channels of audio straight into the switch. All right guys, we are here at the Goodyear soundboard. We try to keep it as similar as possible, even down to the colors that we use for channels. So those purple ones is drums, red is DCAs, blue is vocals, green is effects. This white, I mean, you click white, it's like this like light pink. Our iPad, it is our speech mics. And then ProPresenter is red and our main left right is yellow. Pretty much the same in terms of like where things are at for the most part. Very easy to find. You kind of know what'll be on each layer, and most of the time our Goodyear sound guys aren't going out to Buckeye and our Buckeye isn't coming out to Goodyear. They all know where things are, where they need to be. They know how to mix, how to change things as we need to go. But one key difference between the Goodyear and the Buckeye board is that we have a Dante card. So we go to our patch here, which is our input, output, our IO. Again, kind of these boxes you're seeing. So we can kind of tell it like, hey, this physical output wants to be this channel. So we're not locked in terms of like, say we want number 1 to be on number 3, we can do that. And there's instances where that second spot over there for keys 2, viola, EG2, instead of having to rename channels and reroute, you know, where a DCA is going, we can kind of just have EG2, viola, keys 2, and these check marks mean that it's patched. So right now keys 2 is on that input, but say that set of inputs is gonna be electric guitar, I can unpatch those and put 13 and 14 on EG2 left, EG2 right. So this usually doesn't happen out in Buckeye, since Buckeye has setup and teardown, and they kind of have set spots. The board pretty much stays the same the entire time. Things usually don't get changed unless it's like a special element or a special service. But out here, things can change when we change the stage and change patches and instruments and that kind of thing. What up guys, welcome to our student's office. Still in this office is the amp room, the cold room that has all of our amps, some servers in it, a whole bunch of stuff in it. Let's go check it out. We got family viewing, which we use. I won't turn it on now. This middle one, probably should take out, it's not labeled. And then we got bathrooms, which is the hallway, and the bathrooms, obviously. We got lobby, which I should also take out. This will be news to Jared. I think he asked me to take that out. And then we got our main amps here. This is from Coda. It's the Linus 10C, Linus, however you'd like to say it. But this is what powers all of our subs, all of our speakers. So we'll go ahead and pop those on right now. And once they're on, that's pretty much it. Nothing else to it. So right now we're in our Goodyear campus mic room. We got batteries, iPads for the IEMs, our body packs, and all of our handhelds. Same handhelds as the ones we have in Buckeye. On the mic 1 and mic 2, we do have the SEV7 MC1 capsule. And then the rest of the mics just have the SM87A that came with them. I just wanted to experiment and kind of see. I knew these were on the market. I see a lot of other churches and places using them. Just wanted to try them out. I think they sound amazing. Just haven't made the switch. Switch all of them there yet. But our 1 and 2 mics do have this more crisp, clear sounding capsule, but that doesn't mean these don't sound good. These still sound really good. They sound amazing. We get great vocals on the weekend. Then we got our Shure body packs here. This is the ULX D1. We got 4 of these guys, and it's the same ones we have in Buckeye. It's different count as far as like microphone count goes. So they do have 6 handhelds out there, but they do have 5 for vocals. 1 is a Teach handheld, which is also patched with a Teach body pack, so they're on the same channel. And then we also have an Announce handheld, so a little different. However, same equipment, the exact same iPads. These are just the normal iPads. The home button, they work great. Even has the Live app still open. That's what our in-ear or it's what our vocalists use to mix their in-ears. So even down to the same IEM pack. So they're pretty much the same. We just have slightly different ones out in Buckeye, just due to the, oh well, we just made a discovery right now, guys. This is a EW300 IEM G3. This number 1 is a G4. So I think this looks very new. I'm gonna have to ask some questions. Maybe we replaced this and I had no idea about it. Both campuses do use our Countryman H6. That's the Goodyear one right now. The case is missing. I think I know where it's at. We're gonna see if we can find it. But yeah, out here, the passers wanted to experiment with lapel, so I tried a lapel. They really liked it. We got this. This is a DPA 4080 and a shirt case. So a very cool lapel mic. It sounds really good. It doesn't look like they're wearing it. Obviously, if you look close enough, you'll see it, but it's not traditional lapel mic where it's kind of just on there, it clips on. It's got this little piece that comes out, kind of held by this own built-in shock mount. This clips onto the shirt and it just faces straight up. So it's a little bigger, a little bulkier than most like video recording lapel mics, but this thing sounds great for on stage. Once we got the EQ right and the gain right, it sounds really good. No feedback, nothing, and pastors love it because they don't have to wear the headset. Here we have our confetti, just kidding, our Coda subs. These things are massive. There's one in each of these, so we kind of have these covers just to hide the fact that it doesn't fill the whole space. But yeah, there's one under there, 2 on the other side. And then up top, we have our Coda line array. These are very tiny, however, pack a huge punch. We have a right, we have a center, we have a left. 3 on the sides, 2 in the center. It sounds amazing. They're awesome. Again, they look like they're not a lot. Most places will have more speakers than this. However, just for the size of the room and these power that these line arrays put out and these subs put out, it is perfect for our space. Thanks for watching this week's YouTube video. Glad I got to make it and be a part of it. But we'll go into more things, Dante, all that more in depth. This was just a brief overview of what we have here in Goodyear and Buckeye as far as audio goes. So see you guys next Friday.